Hey guys, Zach here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the 2017 Gashapon Kamata Kun. Now, this version of Godzilla comes from the 2016 film Shin Godzilla, and as I said in my previous video, that Godzilla in that movie has different forms, which, again, I think is a really neat concept, and, you know, Shin Godzilla as a whole, I need to say, is... that movie, like, Shin Godzilla, like, Godzilla himself in that movie was really interesting. Like, Shin Godzilla was a really interesting take on the character, and I think having, like, different forms and, you know, all these different things that the normal, traditional Godzilla wouldn't have, you know, I think it's a really neat idea, and I know I said this before, but it's a lot better than the 2017 anime Godzilla, but that's just me. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's take a closer look at this figure, starting off with the paint. And the paint on this figure, for a small figure like this, the paint on it is actually really good. I mean, yeah, there are some spots where it doesn't look the best, like the gills here look a little bit too red. If my camera can focus. There we go. The mouth looks a little messy. This eye is worse than this eye right here. But other than that, the paint on this figure is actually really nice. So, yeah. Most of the body is a kind of like a tannish, yellowish color, which is accurate to the movie. The dorsal plates are a darker color, which, again, look nice. The gills are painted red, if my camera can focus, as well as the mouth. The eyes are painted... well, this eye doesn't look great, but this eye does, so, yeah. This eye is just white with a black dot in the center, and this eye is the same, but with a gray dot in the center. I don't know why they, you know, painted the eyes like this, but it doesn't look terrible. But that's pretty much it for the paint on this figure. There's nothing else much to say in terms of paint, but it's really good for a small figure like this. Like, you know, like, here it is in my hand. This is a very small figure, but the paint still looks very nice. All of the withering really makes the detailing pop out, so I actually really like that. So the paint definitely gets a pass. Now take a look at the articulation, and this is a Gashapon figure, so there basically is none. And just like with the others, this figure comes, you know, disassembled. And it's very simple. Just when you get it, it comes in a little baggie like that. All you got to do is just make sure this part of the tail is upright. Plug that in there, and there you go. There's nothing much to it, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation. Not crazy, but still not terrible, so yeah, it gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpt on this figure, again, for such a small figure, it looks very nice. You know, everything is here. Everything looks very accurate to the movie. And this is actually something that I, like, this is actually something that's better on this figure than on the Bandai Movie Monster Series vinyl. So basically, the figure is, like, in the, like, the front side of the figure is, like, in the air for the Bandai vinyl. Which to me looks weird, considering that in the movie, it didn't do, or it did that once, but, like, that's not really how it walked. Having it, like, on the ground like this is more accurate to the movie, so I can appreciate that. So, yeah, that's one thing I like about this. Also, this isn't really, like, a negative or a positive. This is just something to point out, but for some reason, Kamata Kun, he reminded me, when I first saw Shin Godzilla, he reminded me of a very outdated depiction of a Stegosaurus. That's probably just me, but, yeah, that's basically how I saw him at first, just an outdated Stegosaurus. And that's pretty much it for the sculpt. Again, for a small figure, it's pretty good, so it gets a pass. Now take a look at the detailing, and the detailing here, again, is pretty good for a small figure. But anyway, the head, if my camera can focus, is detailed okay. It doesn't look the best, but it doesn't look awful either. The gills are detailed very nicely as well. All of the creases on the body look very nice, and the detailing on the legs look not the best. And his tail is detailed very nicely as well, with a bunch of veins and creases and whatnot that really make this figure look good. And the end of the tail here looks nice as well. And that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. Nothing really too much else to say. So For a small figure like this, the detailing is pretty good, so it gets a pass. And at the end of the day, should you get this figure? I'd say yeah. There aren't a lot of Kamata Kun figures out there, or there are even some plushies, but out of the ones I own, I'd have to say that this one is my favorite, but then again, this is the only one I do own, so yeah, I can't really say that for sure. I don't have the SH Monster Arts version, I don't have the Bandai Movie Monster Series version or anything like that. This is the only version I have, and I don't really mind, because this is a very nice figure for what it is, and honestly, one of my favorite figures in the set, so yeah. Anyway, if you want to know how big he is, here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. And really quick, let me just adjust my tripod here. So, bear with me for a second. Alright, sorry about that. But, yeah, here they are next to each other, so, yeah. If you want this, I don't remember the exact price, but I'm pretty sure you can get this for a cheap price on, like, websites like, I think, Amazon or something like that. I don't know the exact prices, so I could be way off. This thing could probably be worth like $1 million or something like that, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know the price, so I, do apologize for that. But anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zach out.